deliciously wicked about having a martini for lunch.
Feeling better?
Much. Yes, thank you. Thank you for letting me pop in like this on you.
I'm glad for the company. Robert's been at headquarters all morning.
Oh, so that's why the club's soda. You want to be on your best behavior in case he comes home and wants to be bad.
Oh, Celia!
Well, you are still newlyweds, and he is quite a sexy man.
Have some salad.
You've gotten quite good at this.
There's not much to make him sad.
No, you've gotten quite good at changing the subject. Now tell me, just what is this marriage of yours all about?
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, this is Celia you're talking with, dear friend. I've seen you in love before. Your eyes get rounder and your cheeks get bloomier and you walk with your feet a couple of inches above the ground. Ah, they're firmly planted.
Robert's very dear to me.
But he isn't Luke Spencer.
How do you know about Luke?
How could I not? Seems that he's some sort of local hero. I'm sorry, Holly. I heard about the accident. It must have been dreadful for you.
I loved Luke very much.
Tell me about him.
I met him last year. Celia, I wish you could have known him. He was so complex. He could be a mystery and an open book all at the same time. He was so intense, so driven, and yet he was sweet and gentle. Being with him it was an adventure every day. He made me laugh. Oh, he could really make me laugh.
He sounds very special.
He was. There's no one like Luke. There never will be.
Well, then how could you marry Robert
so soon after Luke's death? Celia, if I tell you, you must promise not to tell anyone.
Of course.
I had to marry Robert, otherwise I would have been deported. I couldn't have stayed in this country.
Why were you going to be deported?
Because I couldn't get a green card.
Well, Robert's police commissioner. Surely he could have done something.
It's a little complicated.
Your wicked, wicked past, huh? Don't look so surprised, Ollie. You know what an inquisitive mind I have.
Don't I ever?
Actually, Uncle Edward mentioned something about the oil scam in a letter.
He would.
Whew. Boy, if Mrs. Whitmore could only see you now.
That woman was born to be the head mistress of a finishing school.
Yes, wasn't she a dragon, though? Oh, little Holly, what an exciting life you've led. You know, you must tell me all about it.
It really wasn't very exciting, and I'd rather forget about most of it.
Well, Uncle Edward wouldn't.
Neither would most of the people in Port Charles, either. I'm afraid if I wasn't married to Robert, I'd be rather a social outcast.
Not while I'm around, you won't be.
Speaking of which, how's your house hunting coming along?
Dreadful. All the houses are turning into one huge blur of wood and glass. Where did you live before you came here?
On a yacht that Robert and Luke owned, and before that at Kelly's. That's a diner on the waterfront.
A yacht and a diner. We must talk at length. You in a diner.
Actually, it was quite comfortable. Rose, who was the owner, she rented out rooms upstairs. As a matter of fact, Jimmy Lee has one of the rooms there.
Oh, really? A diner on the waterfront. Well, we must go to lunch there someday.
I don't think Rose serves martini.
Well, that's all right. I might find some interesting subjects there. You know, I took up sculpture when I was in Paris. Such a challenge finding the right form. You know, that Jimmy Lee has some rather interesting lines.
Oh, does he?
Rather classical, I think.
Well, maybe you should ask him to model for you.
What a splendid idea. Maybe I will.
Oh, I imagine you probably will.